It's having some technical difficulties again. Good morning, everybody. Ronnie, good morning. All right, come on. It's Buster and Woody and me. Just us three. Just us three. We waiting. Who's gonna be first? Oh, Rebecca's first this morning. All right, Rebecca. Good morning. Suzanne, Lisa, okay. Marcia, good seeing you guys this morning, up and early and going. Dot, good morning, sweetie. Dot, you need a spanking, girl. You need a spanking for stuff you do. Oh, boy. Goof, good morning. Yeah, Ronnie likes me to wear this hat. He says it makes me look dapper. I like to look dapper. Actually, I do. I wear it just to aggravate Ronnie, but I like the hat myself. Seriously. Good morning, Will. It must be raining in Georgia. Will's on here this morning. I'm just trying to see if our friend Vera's gonna be on here, because there we are, Vera. All right, that's look for her, because she's always here, and if she's not here, something's going on. Robbie, good morning. April, Toya, good morning. Day's Friday, guys. Lisa, Lenny, Peggy, Linda, Atari, Steve, good morning. Dolly, whew, they're going fast now. Peggy, okay. Okay, it's Friday. And I was going to do gifts and goodies yesterday and post it for Saturday, which I always do for the Saturday video, and I messed around, you know, as G was coming home, and had a couple little things I needed to get done. Ben was here. Well, Ben was here. That's all I can say about Ben. Ben worked Tuesday and Wednesday with me, and then, little sniffles this morning. Ben worked Tuesday and Wednesday, but he's up all night Wednesday night partying somewhere, I guess, because he showed up. I knew he was going to come over here Thursday because his mom was coming home, and I knew if he stayed up all night, he was not going to lay in bed at his house with her there. You get up, Ben. So the minute she left here to go home, after she, got out from Kim and G, I said, I guarantee you Ben will be here in 30 minutes, and sure enough, he dries up. But he wasn't no help. He just wasted. He just tired. I'm so tired, PawPaw. I was up all night. Well, yeah, Ben, you need to get your nights and days straight. These young people. I used to do it. But back when I was doing it, I had to still work the next day. Still had to get up and go, Good morning to all you folks. It's hot in Arizona. I was getting some emails and messages this morning. Up north is getting some very hot days, up in the hundreds. And here we're still hadn't got to the hundreds yet. We're in the 90s. But like this morning, it's very, very still. There's no breeze at all. Now, it'll probably pick up in a little while. And if it does, the breeze will pick up and be all right. You can come out here almost any time during the day. It's cool. G and I spend a lot of time out here during the day. Just, I said visiting. She said, that don't sound right. What are we doing, baby? What are we doing out here? We come out here and have and I said, we're having our drink. She said, that sounded like we're out here drinking booze or something. I said, no, I've got a Gatorade. And she had her iced coffee, but we come out here and just chat, okay? Just go out here and chat a while. And it's a lot of fun. We sit out here, and I don't want to be sounding like P-Pat, but you sit here and see everybody. I don't want to see everybody. I don't care what everybody does. P-Pat, nobody could come up this driveway. She didn't know who it was. She watched them all. But it's just, they're all right there. I'll turn the camera and you see. All right, there's Dan's over there, and there's Bree, and there's the sanctuary over yonder. So they're all right here. PawPaw to watch them. I don't want to watch them. I'll have a back porch. But anyway, we just sit here and chat and have a good time. The dogs all play. The only time you got to worry about the dogs is when there's cars coming. You know, some of them are still kind of silly. They want to run out there and look. And Woody, like, is that a car? Is that thing turning? Is that a tire? And he right up there looking at it. Oh, Woody. Good morning from Maryland there. Good morning. Springfield. Sweet PawPaw, thank you. Yeah, I can peep at everybody. I can sit here and just peep at them. Where you going with that, Bree? What do you got? Jake, what are you doing? They ain't got to worry about that me. I don't care. I don't care what they do, as long as they act right. 90 in Kansas City. I guess it's KC, Kansas City. Already? Whew. I'm not really sure what it is right here, right this minute. I can tell you real quick. It will be hot, I think, today. It's 79 right this minute. Okay, 79. And it says we're going to get up into the 90s. 94 is what they say. 90s. Upper 90s there for Denise. I think it's Denise. Yeah, the little names are kind of faded, and you can see the wording better than you can the names. So if I call you a different name, he's old. He's just an old guy. He's just old. That's what I blame everything on. But if I make a mistake, I say, well, he's old. I'm an old man. Okay. Now, oh yeah, I'll talk about prayers. I think it's Bonetta sent me a message about Carrie. They had the liver transplant. Everything's looking good. They got her up moving around, walking. Everything seems to be working. So thank y'all for the prayers. Thank you. I don't see Ronnie yet. I haven't talked to Ronnie yet. Ronnie still has some little issues of the hurting, but now yesterday he mowed his yard, all of his yard. He was really whipped out. Okay, Ronnie's here. Yeah, well, he's here. Okay, he was all whipped out, and I called him last night, talked to him, and he's tired out. He was probably on a riding mower. I don't know what tired him out from that, but it did. I get on my mower. I'm almost bad as Dan, although Dan mowed, I think it was Tuesday, mowed, or Monday. The next day he goes to North Carolina to check on a job, and then he comes back from that job yesterday, and the first thing he gets out of his truck, he gets on that mower and starts mowing. And people have asked him about that before, and his yard don't need it, but he does it. It keeps it just manicured. And he said, well, it's a stress relief. He said, I just love mowing. He said, it just relaxes you. And it's true. I get on my mower, just mow around out here, and I don't even think about nothing, just mowing. It is, on a riding mower. Now you got to push mower. It ain't so easy. And we got one of those zero turns this past year. Not the big fancy ones. I forget what brand it is. Not a fancy brand, but the thing is, it's nice, and I didn't think I would like it. I thought I'd probably run over every shrub and everything around, but I have learned to master it. I can just take off. Yeah. Listen, if anybody is new here, thank you, Vera. Vera kind of watches me make sure I act right. If you're new, we want to welcome you, and I want you just to join in. Throw any kind of comment out there you want to. Well, don't. But unless it's toward Ronnie, you can say anything. But or Will, either one. Those are our two outlaws. So if you see Will and Ronnie's name pop up, you'll know, okay, that's the bad guys. That's some bad boys. But no, they're awesome. They're awesome guys. But yeah, if you're new, Jump on here. You want to chat, start chatting. You'll make more friends on here than any other channel. I guarantee you, these folks here, so many have made friends outside this channel from meeting right here. Just good people, just like a big family sitting in a room. May not learn nothing, may not, but it's a good time to chat and meet friends. You want somebody to pray with you about something, you tell them what it is, or just hey, pray for me or whatever. I guarantee you they will. This is a good bunch of folks, good bunch of people. So if you're new, and I don't see your name go by, others will, okay? Because my nose wants to run, guys. I just sit here like this. But yeah, they'll see your name and they'll call you out. Now also, if you have a birthday, let us know. We always make you promise if we sing to you not to bite yourself, because I've found in life when I sing to women, they start biting themselves. I don't know if that means I'm good or it's horrible, but you've seen dogs. Now, you're not dogs, but you've seen dogs getting fights, and they start biting themselves sometimes. Well, I think that's kind of, there's, oh Lord, it's bad, it's bad. Anyway, there we go. Okay, so good. Oh yeah, Reba sent me this shirt. Now look here. You're never too old to play in the dirt. It's got like a little garden scene on it. I don't want to show you my tummy, them muscles. That six pack. I got a shirt. Someone sent me a six pack. It's donuts. Anyway, she sent me a ton of shirts for my Father's Day. Thank you, Reba. You and Ray both. Y'all awesome. Anyway, thank you there. So let's see what we got going on here today. I'm going to do gifts and goodies this morning, and then I'm going to mow the yard today. That's really my plans for the day. G is gone. I think she's gonna pick up some groceries this morning. She got out early. Kitchen's kind of getting bare after being here 2 or 3 days. So someone says, what are you gonna do with them knives now that you've used them? I'm gonna keep using them. They're really good knives. I'm not trying to sell them, just trying to tell you, yeah, they're gonna stay on the shelf. They're gonna go right on the rack. I had a lot of fun cooking with Ben. Ben likes to be precise, in everything he does. He don't just throw stuff in the pot like I do. He likes to measure stuff out. Some of y'all guys do that too, I guess. The stew turned out good. In fact, today I'll try to show a little bit of it. Stew is like a lot of things. They're better the next day. Those juices all combined. It was good the first day. I tell you what I did. I got a little small bowl, and I eat some, and man, it's delicious. And it's still like cooking down, it's cooking down. And later that evening, I had another small bowl. I said, okay, I'm gonna put the rest of it up, in a bowl and lid on it, put it in the fridge. And I poured it up with it. My bowl wasn't quite big enough. And there's still some in the pot as well. What am I going to do with that? So I poured it in another bowl, which is about twice what I should have had. But it was good. I eat every bit of it, and I thought, oh boy, now what? But I did. It was good. But I was reading, about being cut up. Some folks say we cut up some of the stuff too small. I thought it was great. A lot of them things cooked down. You really couldn't even hardly see them no more, although you could taste it. It really come out good. A lot of folks that had never made it with gravy before, but you should try it. Just try it. You may like it, you may not, but how do we know if we don't like something we don't try? That's what we got to do. We got to try it. Yeah. somebody said the potatoes was too small. They did cook because potatoes, even a bigger chunk, will cook down. You know, it'll cook down. But they were still good. It's still a good stew. G and I will have some today. She said, I want to have some of that stew, but she said, I'll have some. She come home yesterday and it didn't get to it. We had some other things already cooked. So today we'll open that bowl up this afternoon. We'll both have stew. I was going to put some, Cuz brought me a big old bag of cayenne pepper, big old bag, to make pepper sauce out of. And I was going to put a couple of those in there, but then I thought, well, G won't be able to eat it if I spice it up too much, so we didn't put it in there. But I was going to have a couple of those yesterday evening, trying to finish off that chicken and pork chop stuff Dan made. I'm done with it now. But so I said, I'm going to finish it up. So I got some of cayenne peppers, and they were good up till you get to where the seeds are. And them seeds, it got hot. And so I was talking to Cuz later on, and by the way, he's doing good. The surgery went fine. It was real sore. And I called him yesterday afternoon to see, I said, you able to still get around good? He said, well, he said, it hurts to walk, but he said, I'm walking, not outside. He said, I'm staying in the house. He said, I can't imagine tripping and falling out there somewhere trying to get up. I said, no, don't do that. But he's doing good. He said, just sore. And I was telling him about them peppers. He says, yeah, he said, he does that a lot. He get up to where the seed are. He said he can't go any more of that. But he's doing good. And I'm going to make some pepper sauce. Maybe today. All I got to do is, and I've done it two ways. It's not a big deal. You take them, you wash them good, put them in your jar, pint jar, quart jar, whatever. Sanitized jar, naturally, boiling water or something. But anyway, pack them in there good and tight, and you can heat your vinegar up, and pour over them, and put the lid on them tight and put them away. Or I've seen my mom, and I've done it too, and it's come out okay. It may have been slower to cure. I don't know, but just pour the vinegar straight in on top of them, Same process, but just not heating your vinegar. I think heating your vinegar makes it do faster. It's maybe better for you. I don't know. We've done it both ways. But I'll do that today. Put me up a couple of jars just for the pepper sauce. Oh yeah, I showed the cornfields on Will's cornfields a couple of days ago. He got a beautiful cornfield or fields, and he says it's going to be a bumper crop, and I can see why it's beautiful. And I showed, Steve's garden. Steve. Ronnie said he's my golden boy. Well, he's not a golden boy. He's just a good friend. But he does have beautiful gardens, and he always does. And ever since I've known him, we've kind of traded, pictures and chats back and forth, and secrets of the garden. But yeah, he always has a beautiful garden. And I kind of made fun of Ronnie's, one co-op tomato. And so, right, well, it's called your golden boy has a beautiful garden. My co-op tomato still look good. Well, it did, Ronnie, it did look good, And then Steve sends Ronnie a picture of some squash he got. He said, well, I can see the barcode stuff on it. You just went and bought those. Well, that's the way it works, Ronnie. You know how it works. You've done that yourself. My garden, I'll have some tomatoes. I got some tomatoes about this big around. They're still green. My cucumbers, they're making enough for salads, and that's it. I ain't gonna have no pickles. It'll be better next year. I promise you it's gonna be better next year. All right, let's get out there and sleep with them or something. I'm gonna make them better next year. We're gonna change the soil this year if we get some time. Anyway, we're getting closer to house time. Does Lester look exactly like me? I hope Lester looks better than this, although this is very dapper. Very dapper, Ronnie. Uh, yeah, my little garden, it's out there, and I'm getting cucumbers, but they're not producing like what I wanted or what I need to make pickles. But they're doing okay for salads. You know, you get a little cucumber so long and rotted, so we'll make them little gherkins. Yeah, them little bitty ones. Oh, they're delicious though. Uh, but anyway, my tomatoes will be okay, I think. The only thing is my stalks are real tall and slim, but they got tomatoes on them. But it is what it is. You know, I haven't had a lot of time to work in my garden this year. We got so much going on around here. Uh, I did harvest a few jalapeno peppers out of my little garden. They were good, not too hot. Uh, uh, okay, someone's praying about something. I didn't get to catch what it is, so uh, that's the one thing I like about these folks here. If I miss it, they don't, you know, and I don't get to see everything because it kind of scrolls by pretty fast. But if you got, you know, you're talking about somebody praying for you, or you had a problem, or you got a lost one or something, or you know, you've lost a family member or something, you just put it out here. These guys will, they'll catch it. Oh, Jennifer's mom passed. Okay, I'm so sorry, sweetie. God bless you. Uh, oh, there goes Honeybun's name again. I don't know how Vera got stuck with that name, but I guess it's a sweet name, Honeybuns. I'm not going to ask how Will come up with it. I'm sure Will did it. That's the kind of mentality he has. That's the way he is. And Honeybuns. But regardless, I'm not going to go there. I'll just say good morning, Honeybuns. All right. Uh, Diane McFeeters, are you new? Well, sweetie, welcome right here with us, okay? We hope you will just join right in. Uh, if like I say, sometimes new people come on, I don't see your names in this. The other guys will. I saw that one come across, so yeah, you're welcome being here with us. Hope you'll enjoy it, and let us know where you're from. You know, I love seeing where people come from, you know, where they live. And I got an email this morning from New Zealand. Loved it. I love it. G and I are back to watching Broken Wood. I think we've seen them all before, but you know, when you get our age, you watch so much stuff, you can go back and watch it again. There might be little parts you may have remembered, but you don't remember the whole thing. And it's filmed down there in New Zealand. And anyway, uh, Yorkshire, okay. Dolly's from Yorkshire in the UK. Several folks are from over there in the UK. Mans is from over there. Dolly's there, and there are several more. Okay, some of them coming across there. Los Angeles, Holland, wow. Knoxville. Yeah, Jennifer, we're gonna pray for you and the family, baby. You know, when you lose a loved one, especially a parent or a sibling, you know, or God forbid a child, you know, it's just it really strikes home hard, you know. Nova Scotia, wow. Uh, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Ohio. Oh, okay, right there in between them, I guess. All right. Minnesota, I think, come across there. Uh, Lester's telling me, he come by to visit the other day, and he was telling me that, well, G was telling me about our little parakeets. Now, y'all may be parakeet professionals. I don't know. We've got two parakeets, supposed to be a boy and a girl. Well, I know for a fact one of them's a girl at least. But here about 6 weeks ago, there was two little eggs in the bottom of the cage. What to do? What to do? One of them's laid an egg. Two eggs. Well, we didn't do anything with those eggs, and finally the birds showed no interest in them, so I didn't know what to do. Trying to read up on them. So we discarded the little eggs because they quieted down and there wasn't nothing going on. Which one's a girl? I wasn't for sure. Which one's a boy? I'm not for sure. She says, oh, yeah, that, and there's a boy, and then here's a girl. That's what they told us at the pet store. We don't know. We don't know. So, anyway, a few days ago, one of them lays another egg. I said, okay, we can't just keep throwing them away, baby. It's, she's trying to do something here. Hatch offs are babies. I don't know. Well, how do we feed them? I don't know. So G goes reading up on it. And naturally they need a nest. So first I made like a little nest out of a little box and tore up a little bit of paper in it. Actually, I did that with the first two eggs. I take that back. We just didn't discard. We tried to put them in a little nest for her. She threw them back out of the nest and then shredded the paper all over the cage. So evidently that nest wasn't good enough. So we got rid of them. Okay. So when she laid this other one, I said, okay, we got to do something better. So I ordered off Amazon a little coconut. Yeah, a coconut nest for parakeets. Really neat. Got a little boat that goes through it and boats on the wall, there's a little hole sticking out in the cage. Just to hold aside. And I took that little egg, I laid it inside there. Very gently. Since then, I think G said there's 3 or 4 more eggs in there, and she's down, I think, sitting in there. But it's the same. The funny thing is, it's not the same one going in there on those eggs sometimes. I think I see the green one in there. G says, no, I think the little blue one was in there yesterday. Maybe there's 2 girls. Gee, I don't know. Or maybe boys helped the girl out. I don't know. G reads up about what do you do, and they say do nothing. You let her hatch them, she'll take care of them, Just do nothing. You don't even clean their nest out till they're feathered out and they're coming out of the cage, out of the nest. Keep the cage clean. Well, we do that. Vera's named Will Goober. Okay, I wonder where Will got that goober at. So, I guess she named him Goober. He named her Honey Buns. I guess that's fair. That's fair. Ronnie calls me a name. I can call him one back. It's fair. Anyway, so we got these little eggs in there. We got 2 birds that I don't know who's who, and we're just gonna wait and see what happens. All right, the bees. Several comments about the bees. Actually, this morning, one lady says, how you gonna keep them? What about when the little kids go in there with Bree? Are they gonna sting them? Bees, they're not bad bees. Now, if I see the bees start to act aggressive, then they'll have to leave there. I'm in and out of there all day long. So when they say, how you gonna cut those weeds in front of it? I go in there with my weed eater. I'll chop them down with my weed eater. I'll take my mower, my ride mower, make 2 or 3 good quick passes there. And if you don't just linger, they're not going to come out and bother you. It's when you get up in front of their hive and you got something vibrating, or that, they may not care for that too much. I found there's a secret to watching them. If they come out of that hole when you're mowing, or they're always out, looking, flying, going here, where. If they come out and climb up that wall, start climbing up that wall, you better get your butt out of there. They're fixing to let you know they're there. But I don't think we have no problem. Bree wants to build a little fence around them anyway. We're going to do that anyway, because eventually I'm going to put my 3 little girls in there, my little goats. And they're going to keep all them weeds and stuff eaten down, brush and stuff. They're going to clean that corner up, and they're going to live in there. And I'll be able to watch them right out my bedroom window when I get moved over here. Not going to put them there until I move over here. But even then, if Bree don't have a fence built, I'll put a cow panel across there to keep the goats away from the boxes. Because they will hop up on them or whatever and get all kinds of trouble going. Now, so that's the bees. The bees are okay. I think they're going to be doing okay. I think they're going to do good. Uh, yeah, Ronnie calls Vera an old woman. That's just rude, Ronnie. What can I say? That's just rude. You don't call ladies old women, Ronnie. It's okay to say Ronnie's an old man, or I'm even an old man. But we shouldn't talk about the women. The fair sex, Ronnie. They're the fair sex of the world, And we're down here because of Adam. Because Adam ate that apple. He messed us up, Ronnie. All right. All right. That's true, Kayla. I'm trying to tell them. I'm trying to help them. I'm trying to help these guys. You got to show respect and niceness. You got to be nice to women. You got to be nice to them. You can't just be mean. Dana, we're all, not all of us. There's a lot of folks still here. We all, me and G have that very thing you're talking about, G. Dana says something about I'm old or wrinkled. Well, that happens. It happens to us, don't it? But G gets in front of the mirror. Oh, I got a wrinkle. You're 76 years old, baby. That happens. It happens. But I say it in a nice way, She come out this morning, fixed to go, and she said, "How do I look?" I said, "Well, you look beautiful, sweetie." And well, what about this? This what I'm wearing? I said, "Well, yeah, that's nice. It looks nice." And she said, "Well, I don't know if I like it, Ben." I said, "Well, you're 76 years old. Well, what does that mean, Ben?" What? She just stared at him. Like, what does that mean? Because she's 76, she can't wear that, or what? They got back. They had a great time. I'll tell y'all something else about their little trip. Their little trip. I don't know what y'all said about me. I know them old boys talk about me. They talk about me because they probably want to be like me. They would probably like to be sitting right here. Ronnie and Will right here. Us three. Can you imagine? No, that'd be horrible, wouldn't it? No, those are awesome guys. I love them both. Although I've been banned from Georgia, old Will, old state trooper, he done got all his buddies watching for me. If I come through there having Texas plates in my truck, I'm in trouble. You go around it. But anyway, they went down there to the beach. And they got so many funny tales. Levi, I don't think you can ever fill Levi up. I think Levi can eat 24 hours a day steady. But he just, he's almost like a little Coat Bear. He likes junk food. Coat Bear tells her mama, "I want to go to G's." And why? And G's got junk food. Anyway, they get down there, and G takes a bunch of snacks. Not just for her, whoever. She takes some of these little Lunchables. Y'all know what I'm talking about, little Lunchables? That'd be like a little meal to her or something, that's all she eat. And they all got a little candy bar in there. So they go down to the beach. They come back. There's a couple of Lunchable packages laying there empty. And she says, Levi, because Levi don't like going down the water. She says, "What? Why did you eat my Lunchable?" "I wanted that candy." But you eat the whole thing. You eat the whole Lunchable. "I want the candy, G." Then they do something else, and she comes back. They come out on the back patio, whatever. They come in, and there's two of her Pepsi Cola cans sitting there empty. "Levi, You drink my Pepsis? I'll drink two, G. She will look, I only got one left, you leave alone. I'll have it tomorrow, G. No, it's mine. I'll have it tomorrow, G. You can't tell him that. Yeah. So they're on their way home, and they coming, they just had breakfast, and they're on their way home. It's a little over an hour drive, guys. And they're coming through Liberty. Levi says, let's stop and eat. And Kim said, well, we just got through eating breakfast. He says, please, I'm begging, let's stop. I'm begging. How do you say no? So she whips in, I think, Jack in the Box or McDonald's or something, got him a burger, and they come home. I'm begging. I'm hungry. I'm begging. Oh, yeah. You take Levi somewhere, you. Yeah. And only Kim can deal with Levi, seriously, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And she would not leave him behind for nothing. Someone says, why they take Levi? Then she ain't gonna leave Levi. And Levi would be miserable without his mama. Whoever tried to keep him would have big time troubles if his mom wasn't there. Yeah, they're like this, and she don't go nowhere without him. If she goes somewhere, like when she was driving her bus, she got cameras set up in the house, and she can call and he can hear her, and she can see what he's doing in the house. And as long as he stays out of that kitchen, he's okay. Usually he just watches TVs, or he'll have his making his list, you know. But yeah, she's steadily checking on him. She could not go off, or it wouldn't go off, I guarantee you, without Levi. She's one of a kind. She really is. I'd be probably drinking a lot more than coffee. Sit down, Levi. Go ahead. Oh, yeah. Anyway. Someone's talking about Dorothy's goats. Your granddaughter's autistic, Levi's autistic, and Levi's fun. Now, Levi is fun. Oh, he can get on your nerves. Worst thing about Levi, don't let him hold a remote. The person it comes in the house, they come over here, and he'll want the remote, and he'll look up. So let's say, for instance, Men in Black. He loves that show. And there's this one certain part that really he just laughs about it. This lady sitting on his chair, and they're talking to her about some alien or whatever. Her husband went missing or whatever. She kind of looked kind of goofy, maybe, you know. And Levi, he just sitting there laughing the whole time. And it goes on that scene where he rewinds, does it again. Rewind, does it again. You said, I've seen this 20 times, Levi. Let it go. Let it go. I like this, PawPaw. God. Yeah. Cannot watch a movie with Levi. And it's almost as bad watching a movie with Ben. Ben, if Ben's watching a show, and you're watching a show with him, and it comes to something he don't understand, you know, there's a place or a terminology or something, he'll stop it, take his phone and look at it. So nothing slips by him. He don't know what they talking about. They say something I don't care, or I don't say, I'll keep going. I'll figure it out later. Levi is special. He's got a sweet heart, and his little heart's sweet, and you can hurt his feelings so easy. And I pick on him. And when she was telling me that, he's in the background, and she's telling me this on the phone about him. And I could hear him talking. I said, Levi, you're a thug. And she said, PawPaw said, you're a thug. I could hear him laughing, giggling. Hey, I'm not a thug, you know. Buddy can do just like Levi. And Levi just laughs. Buddy will say, Levi, don't. And Levi starts laughing. And they have a lot of fun. A lot of fun with Levi. Yeah, you know, I drove a bus at special needs children, and Levi rode my bus. Now Ronnie says they put me on there so they could strap me down. Well, they did strap me down, Ronnie, but I was in the driver's seat. But anyway, I love those kids, and they're every one of them unique in their own way. And we had all ages, little ones and big ones. Some in high school. And Levi rode right on up my bus until he graduated. And the funny thing was, I told him when that year was out that year, I said, Levi, I said, they want you to go back to school next year. No, I'm not going back, Paul. I graduated. I'm not going back. I said, Levi, it'd be fun. It's like be like college. I'm not going to college. Okay. Yeah, he's a lot of fun. I'm trying to catch on some of these comments what you guys talking about. And they go by so fast, and I'm talking, I'm trying to see what's going on at the same time. Darlene is good now. She thanks the good Lord. Okay, Darlene, we're thankful for that. Roberta's, her nephew has Down syndrome. Get to see him, I think, this summer. It'd be awesome. Okay, your grandson named Levi. That's a funny way Levi got that name. When Kim met his dad, or would be his dad, and I probably can't even tell you the guy's real name. I've always called him Buckshot. That's his nickname. That's all we ever knew. But anyway, he said something about, she said, he asked her name. He said, my name's Levi. Well, it wasn't really Levi, but he liked that name. So anyway, they got married later on after they dated a while, and they got married. And when she had Levi, she said, well, we'll name him Levi. And he's been our Levi. He's an awesome boy. There's there's a lot more autism and stuff out there than people realize, and there's some that, I watched something yesterday. It was so sweet, and I'm not going to call no names. One of my people, her granddaughter is autistic, and she was singing happy birthday to her, to the grandmother. And I thought that is so sweet, all by herself, and she's young, and she's singing happy birthday to her grandmother. And I thought that's so awesome. I have too, Janet. I mean, if they keep, uh, it's a big scale, I guess you call it, of autism. On one end to the other end, of what they're able to do and stuff, and just not just one level of autism. Uh, wow. Lisa has a 13-year-old nephew that's nonverbal, and the 88-year-old grandmother's raising her. Wow, that's so awesome. God bless her. Okay, Darlene, you're late to the party again. It's okay, sweetie. You're here. You're here. You know. I've been late to parties in my life. I've been thrown out a few of them early. Yeah, get out. Yeah, be late and then you get thrown out early. Uh, we do love Honey Buns. We do love her. uh, Now, for some of you guys, Will wasn't here. I don't I don't think when I showed his cornfield. But it it's a beautiful. Uh, I grew up. We had corn, 20, 30 acres. This is way over 100 or so acres. I forget what he told me now. Beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful cornfield. Uh, but now I guarantee you, Will didn't have to work his like we worked ours. I guarantee you, Will's got equipment. We had to not only plant ours by hand and thin it by hand, and I think my dad used tractor with a little farm tractor to put the side dressing on it. The fertilizer when it comes up a little bit, you side dress it. Then it really shoots up then. But we picked it by hand. We went back, cut the stalks down by hand. Uh, yeah, it's all by hand. I guarantee you, Will don't do it by hand. Will more modern than we would. All right, somebody want a thumbs up for PawPaw? Yeah, let's do it. Everybody do it. uh, we did. We worked the fields, and it was really work. It was really what it's called working in the fields, and it was a family affair. Dan asked that question the other night at his cooking with Dan and Lou. What do we remember the most, or what things we remember the most, fun times, or whatever he said about the family, our parents. We worked together. We worked together. Uh, Everything we got done on the farm, it was almost a family affair. My mom too. My mom worked just as hard as my dad would work, and we just brothers and sisters. We all hit the fields together. We hit the garden together. We did it all. There's an old story about the old garden space when I was a little boy. It was the same garden space that my dad and them used when he was a little boy. And there was a group of mulberry trees there, several of them. They were older trees, but they'd been there forever, I guess. And my dad remembered them when he was a boy. They'd always set their water jugs there in the mulberry trees and for shade, and they'd go out and they'd work that garden. His mom, his grandpa, and all of them. They all lived there right next to each other, and they all worked the garden together, kids and all. And they'd set their water jugs there, and that's where they'd take their breaks. And we did the same thing when we were growing up. Mom and Dad and all of us go out and set our water jugs down. It's over the other side of the sanctuary, where it's at now. And we'd work in the garden, big garden. Uh, and then over the years, the old mulberry trees dying out, and there's none there now. But that's when my dad passed away. That's where we created the Morrow Family Cemetery. It's kind of a special place, and uh, that's where he was buried, and it's now the Morrow Family Cemetery. And now G's parents are there, and Tina's her and Rob's first little child is there. My brother's there, and that's where I guess all the family will be. They'll probably drag me back on the river somewhere. Just leave him back or something. Something will get him. Bigfoot will come get him. All right, Danny, you're here though, sweetie. You're here. Uh, yeah, I see someone says it's getting hot in North Indiana or wherever. Yeah, it's going to get hot. Uh, Jill's doing well. She hasn't had her surgery yet. Uh, I don't know exactly what day they'll start doing that stuff, how long or what kind of treatment she'll have to take. I don't have that information. Her and the baby's doing well. I've seen several pictures of Dust babysitting the baby. Uh, But yeah, they're doing good, and we're gonna all be praying that she gets through that surgery and any kind of treatments without a problem, and just everything does good for her. Uh, Paris, Arkansas, 89 degrees. Uh, we gathered potatoes too. Tell you how we did it. Someone we gathered potatoes. We eventually, my dad eventually moved the old garden up there. Actually, where Buddy's garden is. Buddy and Steph's garden. We moved it closer to the house, and that. But the thing was, from the road all the way back to where their beehives are, was just a big garden. And my dad planted potatoes out there a lot, several rows. And when they got ready to be dug, he would take the tractor, I think it's what you call a middle buster, plow, just go down the road and just throw them up like that. Then we come along and digging them out of the loose soil, you know. But we'd come down there with buckets and get a bucket full, 5-gallon bucket. You'd go down the end of the road and dump them out, go back and start over. And there'd be a big old mound of potatoes at the end of the rows when we all got through. And then my dad would bring our old wagon around, and we'd load them all up like we did that corn, load them all up in the wagon, trying not to throw them on, trying to bruise them, mess them up. Put them in the wagon, those piles, and he'd take them out to the barn. He had a stall. It was real shady and cool. And it seemed like he had some kind of like a slats or something they laid on. It wasn't on, I don't think it was in the dirt. I don't believe it was. But anyway, and that's where we unload them. And we get potatoes out there all winter long, for potatoes. Oh, you'd find something bad down there, and they go to the hogs. Nothing got wasted. They went to the hogs. I love a garden. And this year my garden just didn't do well, and it's okay. We'll bounce back next year, hopefully. But I'm reminded daily when I'm talking to Ronnie about my garden. I'm reminded. Here's a man who wants to sit there and run my garden down. Him and Will both call it a pansy garden, okay? And Will got a corn patch, and Ronnie says a goober patch, and Ronnie's got a tomato plant, and they want to run me down. It's okay. I have fun with them guys. Ronnie, I hope Ronnie's doing better. I have to kind of, get on to him, almost like Vera. Vera gets feeling bad. She won't go to the doctor. You got to call her and chew her out, and then she'll finally go to the doctor and get something for it or whatever. Ronnie's the same way. He lay up there, I don't know. Go to the doctor, Ronnie. Well, okay, I think I'll do that. And I said, if you're still hurting by Friday, you better go back. You don't want to have to go to the weekend without any kind of medicine or something, I got to take care of him. I have to take care of him, I don't know. Got my own kids, Ronnie. I got my own kids here. Without you. Funny thing was, I'll tell y'all a quick story. Ronnie's got this parrot, and he talks. He does, he talks. I think he cusses. He cusses. But Ronnie said there's a certain kind of food he buys him that's got these little pepper seeds in it. And he said, and that parrot loves the pepper. I pick them out because he loves them. So he said, I'd like to maybe get them out of there and maybe plant them, and see if I can't raise some of those peppers just for that parrot. And I said, well, maybe Ronnie, you should get Jimmy to do it for you, because Jimmy, he knows how to grow stuff. Oh yeah, that's the wrong thing to say. Wrong thing for me to say. Morning, Deborah Barnes. Sweetie. Deborah sends me this messages every day, and there's always a question of the day on there. They're pretty neat, pretty neat questions. Watch out, Buster. You're gonna knock the camera over, baby. Yeah, always a question of the day. One of these days she'll ask me something I ain't gonna have the answer. I don't know, Deborah. We don't know. Yeah, Ronnie has a parrot, Steve. He does. And I think he taught Ronnie to talk. Yeah, he taught Ronnie to talk. Uh, Vera sent me a kind of a, not a cartoon, but this person talking about something. And I said, that sounds just like Ronnie. Uh, if I wasn't looking at the guy and I was on the phone, what? Ronnie, what? Uh, Australia, good morning there. What time is it in Australia? Uh, I think it's winter time down there anyway. Can't grow things in there, too much sand. Well, Roberta, I'll tell you what. I don't know your soil. We're on a sand hill here, and it's not really, it's fertile for grass, but it's not really a whole lot of, I mean, you can grow stuff. Don't get me wrong. There's enough, whatever you want to call it in the soil, it will grow. But out there in my old garden, I miss it. I need to go back. Uh, I fed my cows. You may not have no cows, but I put my cows in there every winter, and they'd eat hay there all winter. And there's all that cow poop. And then in the spring, early spring, when I moved the cows out, I'd go under with my tractor and I'd plow that under. And I did it every year. And then I'd come back later on in the spring and till it all up, make my rows and plant my crops. And man, you talking about growing. Whew, that stuff grow. It grow hair on a stick. It's just good. And Friday night, 23, I guess that's 11, almost 12 p.m. in Australia. I think, is that military time? 23:58. I remember them old times. I think about them now when I hear it. 20, oh, yeah, that's 11. Lost a 35-year-old cockatoo. I don't know how long these birds last. I'm told that parrots live a long time also, and I'm told donkeys. I have been out there. He's not a donkey, don't say it. Live 30, 40, 50 years sometimes. Poor, I don't know. Good Lord, you gonna let me stay here that long with him or not? Yeah, what, Ivan? I gotta go, Ivan. I never want Ivan to leave his pasture. I want him to live out his life, and I want somebody to, when I'm gone, to take care of him and go out and love on him. I know he's an ass. He is. He's an ASS word. But I never want him to leave his home. He loves it here. This is his home. A red parrot passed away at 58. I can't imagine, seriously, having a pet that lived that many years, and unless you got him at a young age, he gonna outlive us, you know. Yeah, we want to get one like now, you know. 76 in Ohio, okay. There's someone lives in Brenham, or over that way. That's pretty country. Brenham's pretty over that way. Deborah, I do too. I wish they did. I wish dogs lived a lot longer than they do. But then you think about also, if you're older, what's going to happen to your dog when you leave, you know? Who's going to take care of your dog? And it's a kind of a sad note, before we cut it off, I always prayed when I had Hattie that she'd always go first, because I knew she wouldn't be able to make it without me. She couldn't. She loved G, but she could not make it without me. And the good Lord took her first. Now I worry about Buster and Woody, you know. Special little guys, both of them. Until you're trying to sleep with them. Yeah, Woody little. Stop! Hit Buster over here on the side, stretching all out. Yeah, I do too. I too do, Jackie. It bothers me sometimes. If I let myself think about it, it will bother you. Guys, we're here right here at 60 minutes. You guys probably ain't learned nothing from me today. Uh, uh, I I enjoy these little chats we have, and I'm constantly getting messages like, "Why don't we do it every day?" Well, I don't know if folks really care to come on every day. They may, you know. I know a lot of folks drink their coffee with us every morning on these lives, or at least on these 3 days a week. If I do it more, I don't know. We'd have to wait and see. Just kind of play it by ear, you know. Yeah, you need some cow poop in your garden. You sure do. Okay, I'm gonna finish up with that. Get some cow poop. I love you guys. I love y'all, and all you new folks. Y'all so welcome to have you here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll make good friends. These people, they're good, awesome people. If you need prayers, just always say it out there, and they'll pray for you. Uh, and they work. The prayers work. I'm telling you. I've seen it. Uh, and I always say there's times God says no, but He's got a reason. He's got a plan. But we see it too often. Okay, we see it work too often. I love y'all. Y'all take care. And she's back, and I'm so happy she's back. As she gets back here in a little bit, we unload groceries. We're going to sit out here and have our drinks. I love y'all. Y'all take care.